Did you know that 90% of high performers have something in common? They all show strong emotional intelligence. Here's how to build it. But first though, why is emotional intelligence something that even matters to you? Well, one thing is that it helps you to build a better relationship with your team. Also helps you to collaborate better and also to do better at conflict management. It builds trust. It helps you to lead better. Another thing is that it just helps you to read the room better. Look, if you're leading and you're trying to get your team to do different things for you and to follow you, you want to be able to make sure that you can see if they are buying in or not, right? That's a part of emotional intelligence. Another thing is, do they believe that they can do it? Do they have confidence, or do you see fear in them? This is all a part of emotional intelligence. This is a strong part of being a better leader. Look, strong emotional intelligence skills is one of the pillars of being a strong leader. So it's important that you make this a part of your self-development. So let's talk about the 4 building blocks of building emotional intelligence. Well, one of them is self-awareness. That is you being aware of how you are. Hey, there's lots of personality tests out there that you can take that help you to understand how you see things, how you react as well. On an Enneagram, I'm a number 8. That tells me a lot of different things about me as a person and also as a leader. So I'm aware of that, how I may come across to my team. Another thing is just self-management. So since I know these things about myself, it helps me to self-regulate, to manage myself, to be aware that, hey, maybe I come across in the wrong way, or I need to temper something down, or sometimes just to be aware that I may need to go back and actually apologize for something because I didn't mean it like that, but I know because of how I am, I come across like that. Another thing is social awareness. This is just how people are going to respond to you, how they're going to react to you. Kind of like the aura that you have. Just everybody has a sense about themselves, right? And people read you and they get used to you. That's a part of your social awareness. Also another thing is just relationship management. It helps you to understand your team better so you can build a better, stronger relationship with them. The important thing here with you being a leader and also making sure that you model this first is you want people to do the things that you expect them to do. You want to set the right tone and also set the right expectations. A lot of other videos I talk about setting the definition of done. This is kind of that for the whole business. Helping people to see, what do you expect? What kind of responses? How do you expect everybody to treat one another? You want them to work as a team, right? Them understanding one another, understanding how they may react emotionally, and also how they come across emotionally are all different things that are important in the whole, the whole health of the business. So if you are the leader, they will follow your example. Look, that's the essence of leading. Something you can do for everyday practices is one of the things is journaling. Look, and now maybe you're just not really into writing or journaling, and that's okay. What journaling really is all about is you taking some time to reflect on yourself, also reflect on the business, reflect on your team, and just think, maybe I missed some sort of social cue or emotional cue there. You want to take the team further and further. Well, some of that is being aware of how your team may take you or come across, or if someone's just struggling with something that maybe you need to touch on. Look, that's all a part of it. So just, stopping and thinking about it is a part of this whole journaling process. It's just reflecting. Another great thing is doing one-on-one questions, that help grow self-awareness. Maybe this is for yourself, maybe this is for your team, but here's a couple of examples that I've got. One of them is, to ask your team members, how does this situation make you feel? And then also, why is that? Maybe you're trying to get them to try some new process with your business to maybe increase retention or increase sales or something like that. Well, maybe you need to present it and then ask, well, how does this make you feel? What are your apprehensions here? Why is that? You want to help them to be able to overcome whatever different things that are going on there. Then another question is, I noticed that you seem to disagree with X, one of the other team members, idea earlier. Can you share your thoughts on that? Maybe they just didn't see it clearly. This is a great opportunity to help build cohesion and overcome whatever the different problems are. Because maybe they have a fantastic idea, but just another person, because of their emotional intelligence, did not understand or maybe misinterpreted, an aspect of it. So this is a great opportunity to kind of overcome that and keep on building that team. Another thing to do is just get curious about others, their perspectives, this is all a part of just continuing to build that culture and build a sensitivity within you so that everybody is, pausing and asking and not assuming. They're being aware of who is on the team that maybe is getting left behind, because you don't want anybody to get left behind. You want everybody to come together to work cohesively together for whatever the goals are. And if you're being emotionally intelligent and pausing and asking, then maybe you're finding that, hey, someone is falling behind, let's pull them up. Maybe they're just missing something here. Another thing that we need to talk about is vulnerability as a leader. Look, it's okay for you to be vulnerable. It's okay for you to admit that you don't have all the answers or that there is some degree of uncertainty there. Maybe you're trying something new. It's okay that you don't know how it's going to be, because here's the reality. Nobody can know the future. It's okay to admit that, but but also maybe share, here's what I've learned, this is what should work, but here's the expectations also. Because what you're doing then is allowing people to then also share maybe questions that they have, and also maybe to rally behind you to try to, make sure that this thing does happen, that there is success. It's okay to be vulnerable, because a lot of times your team is going to have some degree of vulnerability. Look, remember something about yourself as a leader. As a leader, you've got this certain thing about you that makes you drive forward, even though there's a great deal of risk. Well, here's the deal. Most of your team, most of your employees, they don't have that. They're looking to you for certainty and to follow you. If you show a little bit of vulnerability and say, look, I don't necessarily know, but I didn't before either, and you continually show that, you will help them to rally behind you to try to make sure that happens. Whatever the plan is, it will help rally them. It'll show them that you're human, right? And that you've got some questions sometimes. You don't have all the answers, but you're willing to charge forward and to try this thing. And the research says that it should work. Let's talk about coaching the team. One is, in what we're talking about there, where you show that you're vulnerable, you're also normalizing emotional intelligence conversations. You're helping each other so that they can see, it's okay for me to have a little bit of doubt and to come to you and say, look, I'm struggling with this. This isn't them admitting or saying that they're not gonna do whatever the thing is. It's just them saying, I'm not exactly sure here, can you help me? It's what they're doing is they're basically coming to you and they're saying, I wanna admit to you, I've got these questions, I'm a little bit nervous, can you help me, is what they're doing. This is a great opportunity for you to reach out, take a hand, and show them, hey, one, it's gonna be okay. We're going this way, to help them also clear up the different questions that they've got in their mind. Look, building emotional intelligence helps to flourish your team. It helps to give them permission to come to you to ask for help and also guidance. It strengthens you as a leader. Look, if you need time to help you learn how to apply emotional intelligence in your business, take a look at the framework that I use to get out of the daily grind and to protect my time. That way I could lead and learn how to do these different things. You can find the link in the notes as well as also in the very first comment.